So here's the fitting, which goes underneath the toilet. And as you can see, it starts with a shutoff T to what I think is a pressure regulator. Now, coming down here, you can see that here's my braided hose, which of course screws into this thing here, like this. And, well, it's supposed to. At least I think it does. That's weird. I thought it did. Maybe it doesn't. There it does. So this is the way the assembly looks, and of course it feeds to that brass shaft underneath. Okay, so let's come out here and we'll talk about the problems associated with this baby. Yeah. First of all, the big question is, do I actually need what I think is a pressure regulator in line with this guy here? That's probably just a T, but in any case, water comes in here and comes out there. If I don't need that, that's great. If I do need that, I guess it's a bit of a problem. So the manufacturer put 2 gaskets in this damn thing here, and I'll tell you why they did that and what the problem is. This is the pressure regulator, this is the first part, this is the second part that has the T in it. If it just has the single gasket, and you tighten this thing up, then the male threaded piece of the T is not long enough to allow sufficient compression of the single gasket. Okay? You can see that threaded male piece is simply not long enough, and this portion here just bangs up against the collar without sufficient compression. So the manufacturer, in their great wisdom, put an additional gasket in there. Now the problem with that is when you tighten it up, you probably get enough compression on the dual gaskets, but, and this is going to be hard to see, what typically happens is that second gasket kind of squeezes its way, I'm not going to tighten it up to show this, but it will, squeezes its way into the hole here and actually doesn't really cause any gasketing effect to take place, or shall I say washer effect. So it still leaks at this point. The other problem is that when I take this T shut off and tighten it up against that brass shaft which sticks down, that brass tube, it tightens finely so that the shut-off T is facing directly into the toilet, making it impossible to connect the bed A at this particular point. So what I want to be able to do is A, be able to tighten this T shut-off fitting in any position I want underneath the threaded tube, and B, be able to make a proper watertight fitting between these two. And I don't even know if I really need this pressure regulator. At least I think it's a pressure regulator. But I suppose I do because the toilet came with it. So I'm perfectly fine if you want to get another T that works better. I would be perfectly fine if you can find some kind of coupling adapter which would allow me to tighten this thing in any position I want. And if you have some other way to go from the water in stainless hose to, if I need this regulator, to here and have it all tighten up, that's fine. If you want to replace all the parts and got something that works better, that's great. Come on over here and I'll show you where the bidet connects, which you'll have a picture of anyway. The bidet connection is right to here. And by the way, also, although I don't know for sure, it seemed to also be leaking at this bidet connection. So if you got a better way to make a connection from this plastic hose to the T-fitting, better than this thing, cool. So that's about it. So this damn thing leaks here. I can't tighten this thing to the position I want, and I'm not certain even if I need this, what I think is a pressure regulator. So whatever parts are required to make this damn thing work, that's what I'm looking for.